3. He may have been in the newspaper nerd, but I felt like the reporter the way I chased him down with 100 questions. Trouble in the training bra is your sister? I didn't tell you that. No, you didn't tell me that. Is she younger? Is she older or younger? Physically, she's older by 10th month. My parents were freaks, but mentally, she's still in diaper. She stopped at a classroom where a couple of students sprinted and just as the bell rang. This is you. Don't worry about being late. You got your hall pass. It's good all day. Yeah, thanks. Come by the A room after school. Yeah, I said. Then, no. Mom wanted me home right after school for some kind of, I don't know, conference call. Attendance mandatory. Students cross Eli's face. The same, no, shadows cross Eli's face. The same twitchiness from before I said, I'll come by tomorrow for sure. He nodded, two quick jerky motion. Okay. It would have to be. Maybe I owe him for the locker's sake, but I wasn't about to piss off mom. When she's mad, Zach Lynch and his crew had nothing on her. Rest of the day, status quo. We have a new student, class. Would you like to stand up and tell us about yourself? Some teachers would say, like I had a chance, like I had a choice. This was my favorite part of the new school experience because it gave all your classmates a chance to size you up and decide how much of a threat you were. Totally fun, an opposite world. The first couple of times I had to do it, I was still in middle school, so the backlash was minimal. There's very little at stake with 7th and 8th graders. Last year was my first high school experience as the new kid in Idaho. The cliques, the cliques has been established. The social hierarchy set. It comes me, fresh off a growth spurt. Too skinny to threaten a farm boy, football players, but an instant enemy of the garbage varsity baseball team. Obviously, the tall black guy has come to take somebody's spot. In all fairness to their stereotypes, I probably could have. What they, what they, what they, what they didn't realize was being a B-ball stars went against the whole stay low key thing. I never planned to try out. Not that it mattered once their girlfriend noticed me. Like I said, this was the varsity team. Junior and seniors. I was a freshman, but still of instant interest to their woman. The new kid always is, as long as he's not butt ugly, not ego or anything. Things went south fast for me in Boise. Not first day fast like here though. I introduced myself as Nate Pearson, gave him my color, hit the replay button. While the reception wasn't exactly warm, my history teacher dozed off while I was talking. There was no further violence that day. Final bell rang at 2:30, 1 hour until the call. I learned to avoid buses a few blocks after an altercation in San Diego. So I rode a huffy 10 speed to school. If I stepped on it, I could make it home in 5 minutes. I didn't do that. I wasn't going to be late. Mom's wrath and all, but there was no point in being early. There'll still be plenty of boxes to unpack, tension to ignore, whatever I got there. My house was east of Stepton High. I went west, tried to pretend I was riding for the fresh air like I did in Texas, but couldn't pull it off. There was a chemical plant on the edge of the town. Its thick stack sticking up over the trees like a giant chain smoker's cigarettes. They pumped stored clouds and gave air a scent you could taste. I kept thinking, I now knew that what it would be like to lick a matchbook. I turned onto the streets without checking signs and tell cards that have interesting nicing place through business district that I should have called something else. Half the establishment had soapy windows with faded for lens sandwich in the frame. Veering into residential territory, I came across a lot of lawn gone wild, where rust chain links fence had the task of keeping the vegetation vegetation contained to the deserted properties. In the occupied home, more than a few yards were brown, the grass dying breath, tireless cars sagging. Rain filled waiting pools as I coasted down one street. A front door burst open, rattling against the house aisle wall. An oily woman exited with a baby on her hip and a toddler by hand. She cursed into the doorway while backing into the yard. A dirtier man in a yellow t-shirt staggered into broad daylight, carrying a half-empty 40-ounce beer. He cursed back through the bottle. It thudded off the grassland lawn, but it didn't break, missing her leg just barely. My new cell vibrated in my back pocket. I grabbed it, checked the caller ID, even though I knew it would be only one of two people. I held my handlebars with one hand as I pedaled by the angry couple. A police cruiser rounded the corner with his flasher on, stopping near the title fight. From the corner of my eyes, I saw the dirty man drop off the porch, retrieve his 40, then smash it on the hood of the car, still not breaking the invincible bottle. What the hell? And the whole scene was gone, or I was, cruising east. My phone kept shaking. For the briefest moment, I thought, don't answer, keep writing. Of course it was stupid. A kid on a bike, 30 bucks in the pocket, no contact. That would last about as long as it took to eat two pizzas and a value meal. It was still tempting. I ate talk. You forgot the time, said the man who had me contemplating how far I could make my short money stretch. The man responsible for getting us stuck in this crappy town where drunk assholes threw bottles at women, children, and cops. The man who ruined lives of his family in a way that was almost awe-inspiring. Through gritted teeth, I said, I'm on my way, Dad. Chapter 4. I dropped my bike in the front yard and entered the modest two-story house out of the Pearson. It was a cottage-style house, sky blue, looked like every other house in the neighborhood. If it was trying harder to blend than we were. The front door swung open. My mom waited at the threshold, the lines in her forehead and around her mouth cutting deep. I wasn't sure you'll make it, Steven? Nick, Mom. Steven was the last name. She blinked rapidly and brought her hand to her forehead. God, you're right. I kissed her on the cheek. It's a lot to keep track of. Too much. I peeled off my jacket in the foyer, my eyes watering from chemical smell stronger than the step ton of air, bleach. My nose burned from the scent as I stooped, scoped the den, where boxes were stacked high this morning. Now no cardboard bar, only dust-free furniture and shiny wood floor. All this thing? Mom brushed me past me. It's not like I had anything more pressing to do. My room too? I asked. Hopefully. Harley, you'll be busy tonight. I followed her into the kitchen. What's the deal with this phone call? I don't know, but we're going to be late. The microwave clock said 3:29. Heavy footsteps thudded over my head, then on the stairs. Mom said, here he comes. Dad strolled in, a half-eaten apple in one hand and a slip of paper in the other. Casual. He didn't like a man whose life and life of his family hang on balance. He never did. That was the problem. He paused for a second and locked gaze with his mom. Her eyes narrowed and near slit, and I recognized the aftermath of some epic argument. So she hasn't spent the whole day cleaning. 3:30. I snatched a slip from Dad's hand, interrupting the stare down. He turned his angry vision on me. You watch yourself, boy. Look. The paper held a special toll-free number and passcode. Mom activated the speakerphone and I dialed. A series of beeps sounded while we were connected. The microwave clock stared at us 3:31. Dad finished his apple and began digging the fridge with all the concern of someone calling to check movie times. The line went silent until a familiar voice broke in. A bit late, aren't we? No one said anything. Mom and Dad went back to their staring contest. I said, "What's up, Bertram? Nick, Nicholas? Oh, really? Nick, fine." Stupidly, Marshall said. Mom said, relenting, as Dad went shoulder deep into the fridge again. What is this call about? I thought we were supposed to avoid contact lists until an emergency. This is kind of what this is, I'm afraid. After all the chances your family have been given and blown, I need to stress that this is the last relocation we're offering. One more slip up and you're expelled from the program. No more federal protection concerning the enemies you made, I think. That's the worst case scenario, am I wrong? He wasn't. For us, home is not where we decide to hang our hats. It's where WITSEC tells us to hang our hats. WITSEC, short for Witness Security Program, more commonly known as Witness Protection. Our federal sponsors for the last 4 years, Veteran said, James, do you hear me? That emerged from the fridge was a slice of roasted beef, provolone cheese folded together. He bit into the snack and made a whole show of not responding in his newly assigned government name. A slave name, he likes to say. James, are you there? Bertram asked. A strained note in his voice. Nicholas, is your father there? Everyone should be present for this call. He's here. Dad kept right. Dad, Dad kept right on chewing slowly, with a lot of lip like caramel. Caramel. Mom hugged herself and shook her head, too used to his stubbornness. When he finished, he reached the fridge again. I ran the door with my shoulder as he cracked sealed, rocking the appliance. Dad rolled his eyes, spoke. This is Robert Bordeaux. Not anymore, countered Bertram. You haven't been the man for a long time. Let's see you were. Stuart Petrie of Boyas? Boyas? Idaho until you started gambling parlor in your garage, gathering the attention of the local news. You were Jerry Epps of Addison, Texas, until an identity theft scam was traced back to you and paper shoved on Bertram's side. Oh, this is my favorite. You were Randall Bell of San Diego, California, until you attempted to extort protection money from the neighborhood trash collector. Quite the resume, huh, James? Dad jaw flex. Criminals don't like hearing the list of their past transgression, particularly the ones that got them caught. I'm here, Bertram. What do you want? It's not about what I want. It's about what the government wants. What you promised but have yet to deliver. Testimony that could put your old boss, Creso away. Creso Marek, a gangster who used to pay Dad to count his dirty money until Dad snitched, and Creso pulled a vanishing act. Now, now Bertram treated Creso like the boogeyman, invoking his name whether he wants to scare Dad into submission. It might work one day. That said, I can't testify if you can't catch him. It's not my fault he fell off the face of the earth. The government has spent a lot of money protecting you and your family over the four last years. James, we'd like to see the return on that investment, but we are willing to cut it off if it continues to be a problem. I could read you some information what it's like for unprotected federal witnesses. It's a short paragraph. Dad's face twitched like someone was alive and burning under his skin. His mouth opened, something more likely stupid but snapped shut like for once he knew better to push. Bertram continues. Supervisions will be more strict this time. We'll be doing a call like this once a week so I can grudge your acclamation. Once a week, Monson. We don't have to say that. We don't have it saying that. We always been told minimal contact is the best. She was right. We were supposed to be normal. Calling you your U.S. Marshal didn't sound like average family night. Bertram said, I need to determine if this arrangement is working. If it isn't, you will not be allowed to suck on the teat of Joe and Mary taxpayers any longer. Teat? Nicholas, your first tell me about your day at school. I told him how great it was and I made a lot of friends. My mom went next with a true cherry voice, recapping a day of joy and wonder. Then Dad, a family liars of doing the best what we do. After that call, I left my family to get on round two. I wasn't up the stairs before Mom struck a blank job. We have to check once a week, like a little kid. So I can't. Are you satisfied? I felt like something was missing until you started nagging. Now it's content. Dad landed a sarcasm uppercut. He stalked a train. I closed my door, maneuvered around unpacked junk, and laid on my unmade bed, earbuds in, iPad cranked. I stayed there until the sun went down, and I fell asleep as a rapper shouting at me. At least his yelling had a good beat. Chapter 5.